Hey everybody, this is Isaiah Colton and Bobby Gall with another episode of Sales and Marketing Secrets. And today we're going to be talking about video marketing. So just a little bit of background on why we decided to bring this topic up. We came back from an event in Las Vegas held by YLOPO. It was a 4-day event. And there was some of the most amazing people there, just overall, just not only just awesome people, but very, very successful people. Like there was team leaders with giant teams doing $300-400 million a year in business, just doing business at a very high level. There's a lot of individual agents that were truly running their business like a business. Just a bunch of top producers, and it was awesome to network with them. And we were there for two reasons. We were there for number one to get ideas for our brokerage. And number two, we were there as a vendor through our technology and marketing company. And so what we came back with was really eye-opening, and that was this: there's a huge gap between the understanding of how to build a long-term power brand and using video marketing to do that. As much training as there is out there about video marketing, the actual execution of video is virtually non-existent by most agents. They know they should be doing it, but they don't really have a plan to execute on it. And so being that's one of our core focuses at Real Estate Nexus is to help nurture your database, generate more listing opportunities, and create a powerful brand that's going to help you attract more buyers, sellers, and agents. We have looked at, our new venture that Bobby and I are working on together with not only our real estate team, but the real estate broker. And at this point of this podcast, we've pretty much had everything up and running for about 6 months, right?
Yeah.
And the first phase of what we were trying to accomplish was just getting everything systematized and organized. And now we're going all freaking in on video, like all in on video. And what was the aha moment for you? Why we need to do that? Like at the event.
So we've always known that video is important, but I don't think we've realized that it was this important. My aha moment was Tom Ferry on the stage.
Yeah.
Where all of our videos, we try to be very professional. We take it 100 times, and Tom was like, "It doesn't matter. You got to be natural."
Yep.
So he did a video where, he accidentally slipped the F-bomb, and he's like, "Screw it." And, he goes, "That's me. That's who I am." And he shared it. So stop trying to make everything perfect and just put the content out there. It's all about having the content there because you're very knowledgeable. And when we came back, I spoke to my team. I mean, Audrey just got a listing. It was expired 4 times.
Wow.
She sold it in 3 days.
Right.
Like, why are you not putting this on video?
Yeah.
Tracy got a listing, and it was for sale by owner, and the guy couldn't sell it for 6 months. And she ended up turning around and getting it under contract within the week.
Yeah, all that's.
And we have tons of stories through our agents like this. So, right when we were there, I called him and I was like, "You guys need to get this stuff on video."
Awesome.
So it's one of those things where, we always talk about being a secret agent in the industry, but you're doing all of this spectacular stuff, and it's like you're keeping it to yourself so nobody knows. And then when you go to home sellers, and it's like, "I could sell your house." Yeah, but you're no different from another agent. But now you have all these success stories on your social media and everything. And I think
that's really
it's
powerful.
Like the making or breaking point. Yep.
That's so true. Yeah, the rule of thumb, what I try to do is I think about what I call the 3S principle. And it's something that I teach. I actually learned this from Beatty Carmichael, and it's how he designs a postcard. But it's no different than when you're doing other forms of marketing. And so that's first and foremost, number one, you got to show off your successes. So that's the first S. Anytime you have a chance, you have to show off your success and turn it into a testimonial, or a piece of marketing. And then after you're done, during or while you're showing off your success, you want to share with them the secrets of how you got that success. So, for example, let's say that you help the for sale by owner attract an offer. You just explain how you help them do that and what they weren't doing on their own. And you just explain what you did versus what they weren't doing, and what the result was and how powerful it was. And then the end is your services, what unique service that you offer, and tie that into like a call to action. I call it the 3S principle. So success, secrets, and services. And if you train your agents how to do that too, just all you got to do, it makes it a lot easier to have like a framework of how to do the video.
Yep.
So that's what we're going to kind of start doing, is using that framework to talk about some of the successes we've had working with homeowners, and then also we're going to be putting out a ton of educational videos. And so we've identified like 6 or 7 different areas that we're going to focus on integrating video. So the first area is lead generation. So we're going to start not just depending on the lead generation companies that we contract with to generate leads, but we're going to be doing our own lead generation through what we call Run Promote, powered by a Markai, which is a company we just bought. So we're going to do that.
Yep.
We're going to look at all of our lead follow-up campaigns and taking the texts and the email campaigns and turning them into a video-based campaign. And then we're going to be also looking at our social media and making sure that we're leading with video throughout our social media. We do a lot of posting, but leading with video, right?
I'd say about 90% of our posts are text.
Yep.
So it's all informational, but it's boring.
Right. It's boring. And so within that, we're going to be starting up our own YouTube channel. And once a week doing our YouTube show that's going to get repurposed into other forms of education. And then we're going to be moving on to doing a lead conversion video. So we're going to start off with looking and doing home seller seminars, and teaching our agents how to prospect and follow up through video too, like how to actually just interact and do sales helping do sales through video instead of just doing text messaging or phone calling, but help leading our sales conversations with video. And then the next one is we're going to be focusing on our client experience. So like looking at our client experience and doing videos. We're going to start off, we have what's called a home sellers checklist, and we're taking that checklist and we're going to take that and turn that into videos, and then turn that into a masterclass called the Home Seller Secrets Masterclass. So imagine going out in a listing presentation saying, hey, look, I got this checklist I want to give you. Also, I'm going to give you the login so you can actually watch videos where we actually have a class that you can take and go through to make sure you understand clearly how to get the most out of your property. And like, who's doing that?
Nobody is. And we're going to have appraisers, we're going to have home inspectors, and everybody come and have little classes in there. So showing how to optimize everything.
Yeah. And that just adds credibility. And also now we're acting as a resource because we're connecting them with appraisers and other ancillary services that they need, other vendors that they need to do the transaction. It gets them exposure. So then they're going to want to give us referrals because we're getting exposure to the vendors. So we're excited about that. And then obviously we're always trying to attract agents to our brokerage. And so we're going to be doing a lot of agent attraction videos, which we already do now. We do.
And I think a lot of it is education, right? I mean, being in the real estate industry, I'm sure you guys have witnessed in your own brokerage where an agent comes and chucks a folder across the room and my client just bought a car right before closing, or a new furniture, or this or that, and my deal's dead. It's like everybody laughs, jokes, that sucks, whatever, but real thing is it's education. Then you don't educate your client properly. So a lot of the stuff we do, we have in our brains, and that we think it's common sense, but it's really not common sense. It's what people hire us, to do. So that's why we have to take a step back and educate our clients for the best.
Right. Yeah. And so that's our plan. So what we're doing now is, and this is what this is what I talk about, and me and Bobby, we train on all the time, is ideas are great, but execution is everything. And so I'm going to say that again, so you can, because it's so important. Ideas are great, but execution is everything. And so we're focused now. We went through our calendar, and we're like, okay, when are we going to execute on this?
Mhm.
And so that's our next step, is we're looking at all the 7 forms of video, and we're saying, okay, this is when we're going to execute on this type and this type. And we're excited about it. We're excited about what it's going to do. We've already got a lot of it in place. We're just fine tuning a lot of it. And we're excited to share with you in future podcasts, some of the success stories that we're doing with video.
Yeah. And guys, I mean, we're doing what we preach, right? So we said we're going to do a video. We said implementation is key.
Yep.
So believe it or not, I mean, my phone is sitting on a Kleenex box. We're at the office right now.
Yeah. We forgot our stands because
we were planning on doing a podcast, but we're like, you know what? We're telling this to everybody, so we got to do it ourselves. And that's the most important thing, right? Do it, get it out there.
Yeah, that's really a good point.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be perfect. This is not the normal background we use. Normally we're at a different location, right?
Yep.
We don't have our stand because we got into the airport late and our luggage was trapped at the airport, but we made a decision to still do it, even though it's not going to be perfect.
Yep.
So I think that's really good. And I think it's a good place to end. So hopefully we shared some good ideas with you, but we want you to take action. I think what you can do to take action is just pick one. If you're a current client, especially with Ren, right? You have business video school, you have the roadmaps, the recommendations, but just pick one area of the 7 that we stated in this podcast and start executing on it. You don't have to execute it all at once, right? It's what actually something Bobby and I talked about, right?
Yeah.
Just having different buckets and put things into buckets and just slowly get better, right? Within the framework of which you can do things. And just take action. So we're going to be back next week sharing some more stories. This is another episode of Sales and Marketing Secrets. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next week.